There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is this a little loud? It looks like it's a little on the loud side. Just gonna pull the microphone back slightly. Is that better? I think that's better. How is everybody today? I'm gonna just get used to the new studio here. Yeah, first live stream from the brand new studio. Hopefully everything's gonna go well. I have done some tests and everything seems to be working, so should just be fine. Thank you, Don Laura. Everything says okay, so microphone levels are good. Okay, so first of all, of course, it's officially summer, and that means streaming with open windows. So if there is a little bit of noise coming from outside, then I do apologize. But if I don't open the window, get some fresh air into this room, I'm not gonna survive. I'm gonna get a heat stroke halfway through. I have armed myself with a bottle of water, a mug from the D3A merchandise store to get me through this alive, hopefully. There we go. But hello everybody, how is everybody doing? Yeah, hopefully the sound is one of the things I've really been working on in the new studio. I'm really looking forward to showing you guys. I've made a whole little, it's 16 minutes long or something. I made a vlog out of it, where I've been vlogging over the week and a half it took to get this whole thing rebuilt. It is edited and being published tomorrow, so if you want to see that whole transformation from the old studio, which was very cramped and very cluttered, to this, which is first of all a lot more professional. I've managed to sound dampen the room. Right here next to me I have some cloth. Yeah, a lot more professional, and I'm really happy with the much more flat sound that I have now. There's a few things with the green screens. You can see here the camera reach is not as much as it was before. Also with here there's some cropping out, but overall I'm pretty happy with the way the new setup is. We have Barry says the first D2A live stream he's seen. Well, hello and welcome. No air conditioning, no. I'm in Scandinavia and houses don't normally come with air conditioning because usually it's never really that hot for that long that is a big issue. I mean, we have the 1 or 2 months during the summer when it can get hot, but then the rest of the year, like the rest 10 months of the year, we don't really need air condition. Quite the opposite, during like most of the winter, we need to heat up the houses quite significantly. Which also means the houses are built like that deploy heat sink, exactly.
From your fellow Swedish neighbor.
That was actually a mistake. I made a mistake, but first of all, thanks a lot for the donation. I was actually intended for that to be in the front, but it actually kind of looked pretty cool with it in the background. I don't know. Maybe I should keep that. Air conditioning and rapid stone mix, well, it's not too bad. I mean, as long as you don't cool it down too much, right? And deploy heat sink. How much temp where I am? It's not too bad. I'm just checking on my phone here. Sorry, it's not because I'm checking. Right now, it's 9 o'clock in the evening, and it's 21 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what's that in Fahrenheit. But 21 degrees Celsius, which is not too bad. The room here is quite a bit hot compared to that, because I have 2 computers pumping out heat, and then now 4 studio lights around me also pumping out heat. So yeah, there's quite a bit of power draw in this room right now. Sound is better. Thank you, Prezi. I'm really glad that you guys can hear the difference. I've really been working on this sound because that's one of the things that I hated about the old studio. Was the echoey, roomy thing. So I really tried to dampen it down as much as I could this time around, and I think it's become a lot better. Okay, Seven's asking the real questions here. What's it gonna be this time? Let's get into the live stream today. So, last time before the studio rebuilt, I began building with your input from you to build continue to try to work on a sniper build I'll actually just see if I'm lucky. I did save a, yes, I did actually save a in our link for it. Let me just real quick jump over and we'll have a quick look at the build. We're going to try to build the Sniper Hornet, which is intended as a cold silent running sniper build. And we're just going to run over the build that is right now. I should say that this is, of course, completely untested. See if this works. It did, but apart from that, I selected the wrong scene. There we go. That's the scene I wanted. So this is the build. As you can see, it's built on a Diamondback Scout. And the idea is, you can see we're running shieldless, so no shields. Very respectable armor for a Diamondback Scout. Look at that. Almost 4,000 across the board. Just explosive, actually, being slightly lower. But other than that, really respectable. Really good speed on it as well, meaning that we can control the distance, the engagement distance. Remember, this is a PvE ship. It's not for PvP. This is PvE. And with a 386 meters a second speed, we can pretty much stay at whatever range we like. There are very few NPCs that are going to be able to keep up with that. And we are, most of the time, I think, going to be... I'm not sure if I'm going to be silent running. And the reason why I'm not sure is because, as you can see here, we do have a medium-sized beam laser here with thermal vent. That's fitted for long-range thermal vent, of course. And this is fixed right now. I'm not sure if I want this fixed, but it is right now. But in general, if I can use this to keep the ship cold enough, this is going to be my heat sink, basically. Also, I have extra heat sinks here in case of emergencies, but this is going to be your main heat sink, basically. And then we have the railguns for the main damage, which are all long-range super penetrators, to just rip through the ships and damage all the internal modules and just completely disable it, hopefully. Then a AFMU, because if we are going to be silent running, we could overheat, so we have an AFMU there. I can swap this out, as you can see. I think we have... Yeah, we do have the AFMU, the cargo hatch, life supports, and the frameshift drive turned off when the weapons are deployed. That means as soon as we deploy weapons, we go on life support. But we have A-rated, meaning we can last for 25 minutes. That's how tight our power budget is. But again, I don't know, we're gonna experiment with it. This was the basic idea of the build. Hello, Picard. So, I think what we did last time was we did some of the engineering. If canopy breach... Yeah, but it doesn't matter if we run on life support. If we just power it on again, we should be okay. Or we can just synthesize if it becomes a problem. Yeah, it's a dangerous idea. But again, this is the first prototype of the build. Maybe we can make a build later where we can reduce some of the power draw. Or if you really wanted to have your life support on, you could, I guess, just add some of these heat sinks into group 2, and then maybe we can get the life support back in group 1. Yeah, you see? By doing that... Actually, can we do this now already? No. Okay, if we take one heatsink launch and put that into group 2, we can then run with the life support active while in silent running. So this may be a better setup to have life support active and then just cycle one of them out into to group 2, or basically keep it in group 1 and then just turn that off until it's done. But yeah, materials for synthesis is also an option. So there are plenty of options for what you could do. If we could get rid of the AFMU, for instance, even though it is in group 2, I mean, we could save a ton of power. We're not quite there that we can run without any power priorities, but it would save us a lot. Okay, but we also, in the last live stream, I did a list of all we needed, and you can see here, we have a variety of engineering stuff we need to do. And most of the places we have all the components that we need. Only problem is the fact that we're missing some abnormal compact emission data, and we're missing biotech conductors. So, I would like to ask you guys in low emission generator. I believe it's a low emission generator. Yes. Yes, it's low emission 5 with monstrate on. So it does increase the mass a bit, but it does give us enough power. And what we could, of course, do if we really wanted to, we could drop this down to a low emission 4 and then get slightly more power out of it that way. But because there's such a large gap and we're running at like 100 and almost 120% capacity, I didn't want to drop that much of the low emission. So yeah, anyway, this is what we're building now, and then we'll do a revision on it later after we tried it. So, I want to hear you guys in chat. What should we go for first? Abnormal compact emission data? Basically, let's go to Jameson's and scan Jameson's. Or should we go and get some biotech conductors? Let me hear in chat. Data from Jameson's or biotech conductors? We have a vote for Jameson. One more, 2 votes for Jameson. 1 vote for biotech over on Twitch. 2, 2, 2, 3. 3 each. Oh god, we have to do both, I guess. Oh, 4 on Jameson now. 5. Okay, I think there's a slight... It seems like there's a slight increase or slight higher number of people who want us to go to Jameson. So that's what we're gonna do. You know what? Let's get another ship. We will also get biotechs. We'll just do that later. Oh, hold on. I'm not in Shinrata. What's the jump range on this boat? I can actually see that here. It's probably easier. Total range though is a little on the low side. No. We're gonna head over. We gotta get a ship that's better suited for this.
Docking coupler disengaged. Regulate speed until clear of exclusion zone. Traffic warning. Be on the lookout for other vessels in the area.
Yeah, I got this. Oh, by the way, are you getting game sound? You should be getting game sound. Oh, here's an important thing, guys. Last time I did have some problems with some audio desync. Can you please tell me if there's any audio desync? It should be very apparent now that we do a jump.
Goodbye, Commander.
You have game sound, right? Yeah, you have game sound. Okay. Just want to see if there's desynced. So? It's fine on Twitch side. Okay, good. If it's fine on Twitch side, it should be the same on both platforms then. Half a second desync. Split of a second. Okay. Oh, oops. Wrong button. I need to move the heatsink away from the menu navigation hat. Because the side weight on the hat is menu by swapping through tabs, but if I push it upwards, it's heats, or downwards it heatsink. Sound is good, no desync. That's good. hell? I'm just trying to see if... I'm not sure if I can actually change this live. Huh. I don't know. If it's okay, if it's so little, then I'll just keep it where it is. Abel, I think your chat is okay, I can see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with less than 1 second. I was just trying to tune it because suddenly during last live stream, I got an audio desync, but I don't know it. I did also lose connection mid of the stream. It could have been that triggered it. But it did seem like there was a slight delay. I don't know. I just love the Diamondbacks. So nice small ships.
Alpha, we are happy to have you, Commander. Please note that all station services are at your disposal. Access authorized. Cleared for landing on pad 4-4.
Oops. Oh, I have to be careful, I'm running shieldless.
400 meters from touchdown. Confirmed contact. Ground crew dispatched.
There we go. Let's swap over to a ship more suited for that. Not that, not that one, not that one. Camera Conda. Okay. Jameson. Didn't I bookmark Jameson's crash site? Thought I did. I did. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, let's go. Hello, David. Over Twitch, been flying an honest unit content for the past few weeks. This looks like a dream to handle. Yeah.
Detachment complete. You are go for departure.
Okay, we have a beluga. Okay. I just want to see if I can get out before him, but that's probably not gonna happen. How many jumps do we have? 5 jumps. Oh, still mass locked. Is 8.8 million enough for fleet carriers with all the services and upkeep? You know what? I'm actually going to show you something, guys. Let me just quickly jump over here. And then just gonna go here. What did I call that? I forgot. God damn it. Give me a second, guys. I'm just going to try to get up, because people ask about the fleet carrier. I have a little thing coming out, and hopefully pretty soon. Just going to not try to crash into a star here while I just do something real quick. If you could just give me a second. That's the problem with doing a dual PCs setup, is I can't overlay a window and then sit and do something else while pulling up something if I want to show you something. I don't know if that made any sense. What did that site, what did I end up calling this? Yes. Here it is. I got it now. Nope, I didn't. I forgot that one. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So I've been working on a tool for the Commander's Toolbox. Yes, exactly. Donkelor knows what I'm talking about. Been working with this tool here on the Commander's Toolbox, which is essentially a fleet carrier calculator. So if you're ever in doubt, again, this is not finished. There's some cosmetic things. You can see these things are not aligned with these, and this is not aligned with that either. It's like this is at the top of the cell, this is at the bottom of the cell, this is at the center of the cell. So this is a complete mess with all the. This one. Hold on, no, that one belongs to that one. Those are aligned. Okay, there you can see there's some alignment issues here that will be sorted. But the whole idea is you can go in, you can say, okay, which services do you want? I probably want refuel, rearm, refuel, repair, and the armory. I don't want the redemption office. Maybe I want a shipyard and an outfitting, and maybe I'm gonna take UC. Just have that suspended. You can see all the numbers out here, then updates with how much tonnage you're using, and then down here again, work in progress. This is not the final. This is just getting all the technical stuff working. It then says here, well, if you want all these modules, this is going to be your total buy price. So there's a space missing there, for instance, between all these. This is your total buy price. This is how much cargo you will have available on your fleet carrier, because the modules take up cargo, right? Here's your weekly upkeep, your monthly upkeep, and your yearly upkeep. No, Raf, as you can see, this is still very rough. All the technical stuff is working, but it needs to be polished up before I'm publishing this. This is why I'm running this full screen. Like, I need to get the small things aligned, and I need to, like, this down here doesn't look very good at all. I mean, with the alignment of this needs to be updated as well. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be made better. But it's basically just some alignment stuff that I need to make working, and I need to optimize it for tablets as well. Oh yeah, and by the way, planned jumps per week. You can also put in here how many jumps you're planning to do every week. Let's say that I want to do 5 jumps per week. I put that in there, and then it adds the upkeep, the weekly upkeep for doing those jumps as well. And that is then of course being added to your upkeep down here, so you can see how much you're actually spending. So it's just if you're considering buying a fleet carrier, and I am hoping to get this out before the fleet carriers, or at least very soon after, so people can use this to calculate if they can actually afford a fleet carrier or not. At least it's going to give you a very transparent view on how much money you're actually spending if you buy a fleet carrier with a certain setup. And it's a lot easier than everybody sitting and doing the same. I mean, this is just a glorified spreadsheet. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing advanced here. There's no advanced math in this. It's just a glorified spreadsheet. But it is, I think, a lot more convenient and easy to use than everybody sitting and looking up the prices themselves and typing the whole thing into a spreadsheet and spending, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour getting that up and running. Just go in here and like click, 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 and type everything, and you get an overview of what you need. I was also considering doing it like, I have this much money now, and then it would calculate. You can now, with the money you have now, you can run this fleet carrier for this amount of time. So basically say you have this amount of money right now, it subtracts the buy price, and then it divides by the number of weeks. Then it tells you how many weeks you can keep this flying before you run out of money. Yeah, I was considering the credit cost per fuel, silver, but that's probably going to be an addition later. Maybe do like a fuel calculator for fleet carriers instead. Do that as a separate thing, because it depends on how many jumps people are doing. Yada 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 yada. But no, overall, that is one of the things I've been working on lately, and that is going to come out pretty soon. But let's jump back in game and let's continue on our flying. oh, that's just someone on Twitch. It's okay, but given it's a fleet calculator, couldn't you have a plus and minus to enter your money? So you have to click it 6 billion times. In terms of profitability, do you think that your carrier might make those overall estimates smaller? I mean, this is of course the money you are spending, assuming low income. Obviously you would need some kind of income to keep it flying, right? What was the address for the fleet carrier calculator? It's not public yet. It's still being developed, so it will be out pretty soon. Just stay tuned to the channel, and I'll post a video on YouTube as soon as it's ready. And I am crossing my fingers that I'm gonna put final touches on it this week. The only reason why I'm not gonna publish it before the fleet carrier's out is because I just want to be absolutely 100% sure that the prices I have in there is also the prices that are actually going to go into the game. We don't know if Frontier... By the way, thanks for the follow on Twitch. We don't know if Frontier's going to make some last-minute changes to some of the prices or something like that. And if they are that, then I have, of course, coded the tool in such a way that it is extremely easy for me. There's basically like an array at the top that says this module has this much in the buy price, this much in suspended upkeep, this much active upkeep, and this much in cargo. So I'm just going to sit and update that array, and as soon as that array is updated, then all the prices will update down through the code. So therefore it will probably not be published before the fleet carrier is out, because I want to go in and verify all those numbers on the live server before I publish it. Because it would look really bad if I publish a tool like that, and it then turns out after the thing was that somebody goes in and say, oh, okay, I have enough money now, and they just said, okay, I don't need to go and mine anymore, I have everything I need. And then suddenly some last minute changes are made to some of the module prices or the fleet carriers or anything, and then it turns out that those numbers weren't correct. Then I would have to put a big red disclaimer on the site saying this is based on beta numbers and they may not reflect the live server. So I guess you get my point. I hope you get my point at least. Beer Keg Bob, thanks a lot for the donation. Alex says, right, I'm moving over to Twitch. Okay, you're having sound issues on YouTube, I guess. Link to the Jumper Conda build. Oh, we're in a system. I can send you a link to the build I'm flying right now. Oh, hold on. Jameson's is at planet 1A, if I recall. Can't remember. Good luck landing anywhere close. I'm really good at finding landing spots in an Anaconda. I think it's 1A, I can't remember. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. No, as I said, I can send you the link for my camera conda, but keep in mind. Come on, please, link shortener work today? No? No, I think the link shortener is once again broken. Okay, we'll have to do the full URL. Can I... Oh, is my copy pasting working today? It is, but I am like 2,500 characters. Dongle Aura, can I get you to shorten this with Bitly or something like that? Because that's not working as I... Oh, I can't even send it on... Damn it, I can't even send it on... on Discord because it's over 2,000 characters. Give me a second, I'm probably gonna overshoot something here in a second. I'm just gonna this is really dumb. Where's the desktop? Okay, Donglora, I sent you a TXT file with the build link inside. Oh yeah, I was gonna check Jameson's crash site. Well, your link shortener is working. No, mine is not, clearly. Is it on the scout build? Nope. I don't know what's going on. Lol, the future here, use Notepad. I mean, don't underestimate that .txt file. It works for many things. But I can't even write the letters. Even if I could manually type it, I can't because YouTube only allows me to send, is it 200 characters per message or something similar? Yeah, 200 characters per message. And the link is 2,500 characters long. So that would be, yeah. Ah, yours working, okay. Thank you for the link. But again, the build that I'm flying here is not a build I would recommend. You can use it as inspiration. But I wouldn't recommend building this exact copy. Because it's built, as the name suggests, it's a camera conda. It's built for the video work that I do. So it has stuff that you don't need, like a fighter. You don't need, for instance, you don't need 2 SRVs, but I have 2 SRVs. You don't need all the different scanners and limpet controllers that I have. But I have them because I sometimes, if I need that module doing a video, it's just nice having one ship. I can go there and I have the module I need. I was gonna look up the Jameson's crash site here. Hold on, let me just actually just do that on the other, so I can still have game running at the same time. So yeah, little bit of a disclaimer there. Elite, wow, elite, dangerous. Jameson's crash site. It is... Ah, of course. It's 1B. So it's that one. It was Planet 1. Okay. Okay, sorry if I... Oh, okay, sorry over, I missed your message. Could also just have moved in range and then selected it from the menu. Okay, we're just gonna take a detour around the moon here. I don't know why there's a character limit on Discord. I guess they don't want people spamming massive walls of text. But again, a 2,000 character limit is, well, it's never been an issue unless you try to send absurd long links, right? Let me see if I can remember. Night vision is... Nope. Clearly not. Is it that one? Nope. It's that one. Ah. There it was.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this is when I find, when I find myself. If I were using a self-destruct, I have like a security switch thing on the HOTAS, like where there's like a cover you have to flip up. So that one would probably be self-destruct if I ever needed it. But I don't think I've bound this to anything. Should we test? Just get out of Super Cruise. I don't think I bound this to anything. Let's see what it does. No, it doesn't do anything. So, I haven't bound that to anything yet. Okay guys, another way, actually that would have been a lot easier before. If you guys are interested in various builds, what I recommend you do is you head over to the Commanders toolbox. That is Commanders with an S, and then a hyphen, and then toolbox.com. And I'm pretty sure in a second there will be a link in chat. Over there I have a, yeah, exactly, there is a ship build section where I have links to most of the ship builds I've done. Not the camera conda, but most of the other ship builds I've done. And the Hornet will probably also be there once we're done with it, or if it's working. But there are build links over there for all the builds that I've done, so if you're interested, try to go over and have a look. There's a good chance that there might be something. Okay, let's find a nice flat piece of... Oh, there we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Hello, buddy. So, I love this place. One thing I forgot though before we left, did I empty out my data? Please tell me I remember to. Okay, one thing I've noticed already is I have not bound my SRV options. UI focus. Oh god, I haven't bound this. External. Hold on. External comms. Role and internal. Open galaxy map. Open system map. Switch cockpit mode. There we go. Okay, do I have control over this now? Yes. Ah, much better. Oh, what I was looking was, did I actually empty that data? I think I did. Yes, adaptive video capture. Good. What is a sniper Hornet? Sniper Hornet is a build. Hopefully it's going to be a build pretty soon. Okay, turret. Again, I clearly not been using the SRV since I got the new HOTAS. I've just been flying. Okay. So that's targeting. That is... okay. Oh god, this is upside down. Hold on. No, not graphics. Controls. Driving. Turret controls. Y-axis. Pitch. No, not mouse. Off. Mouse. Off. Pitch axis. Yes, now it's just as if you fly it. Perfect. So... so where did I bound? Did I... have I bound this right? Yeah, I have the data link scanner on group 2, but what did I set as secondary fire in the SRV? Driving... turret control? Divert power to engines. Hold on. Ugh. Left arrow. Up arrow. Cargo scoop. Drive assist. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ah, secondary fire. No, that's not working. Then we're gonna use that one. Okay, let's try it now. So if I jump into the turret now, do I have control over it now? I can target. And I can scan. Perfect. Can I reach the one up there somewhere? There should be one up there. I can see it. Why can't I target it? There we go. Okay, can we reach all of them from here? Yes, we can. Perfect. Let's just go ahead and dismiss the ship. Oops. Why do I dismiss the ship? Because if I, by accident, log into open... By the way, if you're in places like this, Dav's Hope, Boran, try to avoid open in general, because you're just going to end up getting shot. Unless you want to... I mean, if you prefer that kind of gameplay, be my guest. But there tend to be a lot of pirates in those areas. And if I, by accident, log into open or to a hostile private group or something like that. Not that I think I'm in any hostile private groups, but you get my point. Then I could end up having my ship blown up, and I would much rather prefer just losing an SRV than jumping over to solo and land and then get the other SRV than having to, well, lose the whole ship and fly out here again. If you get my point. But if it's dismissed, nobody can touch it. All they can do is they can kill my SRV, and that's not a big deal. Good evening, everybody. It's a fair point, Dongloro, that, I mean, if I were playing it open right now, first of all, I would probably not have been able to scan as much as I already have, and secondly, I wouldn't have enough time, I wouldn't have that much time to talk to you guys in chat, because I would constantly have to sit and pay attention to who's around me and who's gonna kill me around the next corner. And it's a lot easier when you're doing video work. There's nothing more annoying if you're trying to get a piece of footage, and you might have spent hours doing the setup just to get, you know, the right ship with the right cargo with the right everything. I mean, sometimes a setup for a shot can take an hour or two, and then someone comes and ruins the shot, kills your ship, like that. That's just annoying. So that's why I also prefer to do most of my recording and preparations and all that stuff either in private groups or in solo. Hello, Echo. Echo Spark. Are those spots really that hot? Usually, yes. We can try to go to open after we're done here and see what happens. Abnormal sausage. Hello and welcome. Chief Dog, yes, for sure. Very much looking forward to the official release. How are we actually doing on data now? Thanks for the subscription to YouTube, both to Morpheus, but also to the guys that I missed before. I'm very much looking forward to the fleet carriers. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a great addition to the game, regardless of whether you're planning to buy one or not. It depends how many are going to use them as just a personal fleet carrier and who's going to use them for their full potential as a platform to interact with other players. What will happen with low temperature diamonds on the official release of fleet carriers? Well, Boran will most likely, will almost certainly not be a triple low temperature diamond hotspot anymore. Not because that spot has been specifically nerfed, but because all spots has been re-rolled. So the hotspots are in the same position, have the same size, but the material content are being changed for all of them. And they have to do that because they're adding a new material. So obviously, if they had to make room for tritium hotspots, they would either have to add more hotspots, or they would have to remove some hotspots in order to make room for the tritium. And the way they've then done it is they said, we're going to keep all the hotspots at the sizes and shapes and everything where they are, but all the material content is going to be re-rolled as part of the addition of tritium. And that, of course, means that the chances are very slim that Boran... there we go. Chances are very slim that Boran is still going to be a low temperature spot after the release. However, I know that there are people already working and are looking for all spots where there are 3 hotspots of any type overlapping. And so far, over 100 has been identified. So those spots just have to be checked after the update. So the chances that we're going to find a triple hotspot, yeah, we're probably going to find something. I mean, people already located a triple tritium hotspot on the beta server, so I think it's a matter of time before we find a new hotspot. It's not going to be Boran, it's going to be somewhere else. Maybe it's going to be a little bit out of the way outside the bubble, I don't know. We will wait and see when that spot is then found. Are triple hotspot automatically reported or manually reported? But again, there will be a huge search effort going into finding these. Yeah, the crystal structures, I think is what you're referring to there, Nightmare Moon. And while those are great spot for raw materials, it doesn't make you a lot of credits, so that's why people go mine. Can you tell who has been on your carrier? No, I don't believe there is a visitors log or anything like that. So I can't see who's docking at a specific... the owner can't see who's there. I can't even see who's currently here. Or currently at the carrier. Yes, PT Lamps ask well, let me just log in here again. The carriers does show up on all game modes. Yes, and they show up both on PC, console, and Xbox. PC, console. Wow, PC and console is what I'm trying to say. PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. So if I'm a PC commander, I play on PC. If I buy a fleet carrier, someone playing on Xbox or PlayStation 4 can then go and land on my carrier, even in solo if they wanted to. So they are true, yes, even in solo. They are true cross-platform. And that means all of a sudden, I could actually, you could sit, let's say that I have a fleet carrier, and I set up a buy order for tritium, low temperature diamonds, painite, whatever is the new hot, and park it in a system where there's a good mining spot for that. That means that I could set up that buy order in solo on PC, and then you could go over on your console and play around in solo and sell me that materials. Yes, and with something like the Deep Space Support Array, I don't know how many of you guys, I assume most of you guys have heard of it. But the plan is that there's going to be built, a lot of commanders are going to take fleet carriers and they're going to scatter them across the whole galaxy. And then there's going to be, I assume there's going to be some place where you can go and look it up. And they're going to be like outposts, remote bases for explorers where they can go, dock up, and sell their cartography data, restock, refuel, rearm, get a cup of coffee and a hot bath, and then head out again, right? So that should mean that in theory, I'm not sure how spread out they're gonna be, but there should be very few places where you are not within probably 10,000 light years of a fleet carrier. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 25, but no, not 25, that's gonna be way too. I would say that you're gonna have, in most places, have a fleet carrier within at least 10,000 light years of yourself. So, as you can see, even if you're not planning to buy a fleet carrier, if you don't want to go through the hassle of setting up a, of maintaining a fleet carrier, basically, it's still gonna add a lot to the game, I think. And the fact that you can, this is the first time we can set up direct buy orders where you can actually sell things to other commanders. Baths cost extra, stinky explorers. Well, what do you expect? The people have been sitting in a spaceship for months. Well, PG, what we're planning to do, what I'm planning to do, is we actually have, so Silver, you're still in chat. If Silver's been part of the community, and he's sending a carry out to be part of the network. And we're trying to arrange some mining event to get his carrier fueled up. I know you can buy it off the market, but it could be fun, make an event to get one of those, see if we can make that that carrier fueled up, so at least we can help it part of the way to its destination out there in as part of the network. Plenty of room for showers inside, probably. And if you choose like a, I mean, you could also imagine this if you really wanted to roleplay Elite. What you could do was always fit a passenger cabin as your own living quarters. Like, always have a luxury cabin in there, so you have like a really nice place to sleep. Can fleet carriers be used for storage of cargo? Dennis asks. Yes, you can as the owner. The fleet carrier has a default of 25,000 tons of storage space that is available to the owner. But as you install modules, they do take up some of that storage space. But with a conservative build, you're gonna have like 18, 19, maybe 20,000 cubic meters of storage left on the fleet carrier that you can use basically as you see fit. Visitors to a fleet carrier can't use that storage. This is for the fleet carrier owner only. What they can do is they can donate fuel to the carrier if they want to help fuel it up, then they can do that. Oh, but Morpheus, if you discover an Earth, like, it's not necessarily habited. So you can donate, you can donate fuel to the carrier. You can't donate money. Yeah, you technically, okay, directly. You can't donate money directly, but of course the owner could set up, like a buy order of something like low chipper diamonds for like 5% of the market value or something like that. Mackay says, hey, great videos, help me a bunch, got a type 9, I'm going to outfit 4 minings, what's the best place to find where to mine at? You're awesome, thanks. Generally Baran, But if you're interested in mining, let me just... If you go to the Commander's Toolbox, in here there are guides, and in the guides under mining, there is, first of all, links to videos if you prefer that. Down below is also linked to the ED Toolbox. ED Tools is also a good place to do that. But yeah, basically this tells you everything you need to know, where to drop into the rings. Remember, this is going to be changed here in a second. I'll have to update this guide when that comes out. And yeah, also core mining and how that works and all that stuff. What are we doing here? I'm probably starting the scan. Next arrow will be announced this summer. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see anything just yet. Usually Frontier shares things quite late, like pretty close to release, and I think it's because they don't want to give false hopes or something that's only halfway done. They prefer, my experience is they prefer to show it rather than to tell, if that makes sense. They would rather show something, say, look at this cool thing we have, than say, we're gonna do this amazing thing. If that makes sense. Which I actually like. I think it's an okay approach. The downside, of course, is if they want to have stuff to actually show, that means that we only get the information closer to release than if they were just gonna come out and tell it. So you can kind of see there's a pros and cons for both, right? But overall, I don't think we're gonna see it this summer. I think maybe towards the fall we're gonna begin to get some news about what's gonna happen in with that. Okay, where are we at with this data here? What was it actually that we needed? I forgot again. Abnormal compact emission data. Okay, I think we're good. I'm not gonna do any more scanning now. Yeah, I mean, I can't blame them, to be honest. I mean, it's the exact thing we talked about it just like half an hour ago, right? When I was showing you the calculator tool thing that I was doing for fleet carriers. There's a reason why I'm not putting this out publicly, because it's not done. I don't mind showing what I have, knowing that you guys know it's not a finished product. But hold on, what the hell? Oh, this is also my pitch and yaw when roll works, but pitch and yaw here is inverted. Well, not inverted. It's when I pull back, it sends the nose downwards. That's not the way it should be. Driving, pitch inverted. It was non-inverted. Yes, this is better. Does the fleet carrier add to the amount of module storage you allocate? I don't think they do, no. Oh, stop that. Okay, next stop, we are gonna make ourselves some biotech conductors. And the best place to make biotech conductors is in Robigo. And we have 4 jobs to Robigo.
Frameshift drive charging.
Adam, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. So yeah, as Dongle also posted in chat here, while we are flying out towards Robigo, if you're finding the stream, if you're enjoying the stream, if you find it entertaining, if you've got some useful information during the live stream, then please go down and give it a like. It really helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm and Twitch for that matter. So I would appreciate that a lot. And while you're down there anyway, of course, you can follow if you're on Twitch, and you can also subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, whichever is your preferred platform. Are all the builds on the website up to date? I don't know why, but when I click on the Alliance Chieftain, I get a stock crate Phantom. What? That makes no sense. Ship builds, oops. Yeah, combat. Alliance Chieftain. What am I gonna shoot? That seems to work fine for me. That's Alliance Chieftain, and it's definitely not stock. I don't get it. No, because there was some issues with some of the links at some point that were linking to the wrong builds. I just thought I missed one, but I hope I got all of them. What would be the miner of choice in conjunction with a fleet carrier? Well, I would say I would still prefer something like the Python, because all of a sudden you don't have to worry about fitting fuel scoops for one, and that's going to allow you to fit more collectors, meaning you can mine a little faster, or more cargo. But cargo is not really that important anymore, because if you have a fleet carrier and system where you can dump your cargo anyway, you don't really need that huge cargo, which is the benefit of the cutters. You can stay out there for long. So I would probably prefer having a smaller, more nimble ship with less cargo, because a trip to the fleet carrier and back is only going to cost you, what, 5 minutes. Damned says, I'm at Jameson's crash site as well, in solo, but looking to leave now to Daph's Hope. Yeah, I'm heading through, or I am in Robigo now. We are going to the big station first. Houses Reach, there we go. Triple hotspot systems will probably be fully filled with carriers after launch. Yeah, I'm afraid so too. mothballing the LCD cutter? Maybe. I mean, it might also be if it turned out that the new triple hotspot, wherever that is, if it's outside the bubble, and we have to fly a bit for it, then all of a sudden, long-range mining ships is gonna be the thing people are going for. And in that case, I actually think the Type 9 is a better choice than the cutter, because superior jump range. We have Nathan says, "Hey, I started Elite Dangerous a few weeks ago and discovered your channel. I'm quite confused about the engineering options. Do you have a recent video for that? Could you make one?" What I recommend you do, I mean, if you're confused about the engineering in general or just the options, because options is, well, options. So it depends what you want to do. But if you're confused about engineering in general, like what it is and what you can do with it, I have a series of videos called the rapid fire guides. Not rapid as in quick, but rapid as in the small cute things with bunny ears. Okay, engineering in general. I should actually make a link for those in here. If I go here and I then search, can I do a search on my own channel? I can. Here we go. All these rapid fire guides are all videos that are intended for new players, when you just give you a very quick introduction to a single topic. So for instance, here's one on this is the introduction to the guide series, but here's one on what are engineers. That would be a good place for you to start. Exactly, Dunkelor just found there. So that's a 3.5 minute video giving you a very brief overview of what are engineers and why do you need to worry about them. And then if you run through that playlist, as you can see, if I'm just not crashing here, there are 10 videos in the series right now on various topics. Like what are all the things in your HOT and everything you need to know about docking, and basic fitting guides if you want to try to build your own ship fits. There's an overview of the core internals and what the different modules do in the core internals. So that's a really good place to start for new players. And then, of course, yes, the Commander's Toolbox is a great place also. Yes, it is. Yes, it is rabbit with the small ears, and it is a intended pun. I know, as you can also see from the rabbit in the thumbnail. It was actually suggested by someone on Discord when I wanted to do this series or begin to do that series, which I really pick up again. But I wanted to do that series of videos to talk about, and I didn't have a good name for it. And in case you guys don't know, I have two rabbits, basically very similar to the way people keep a dog. They just roam free in the apartment, and that's why I decided to call it rapid, or it was suggested that I would call it rapid fire guides. I don't know where they are right now. They're probably sleeping somewhere. Rapids on board a ship? Yeah.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
No, they don't like traveling. They prefer to stay where they are. Actually, you'll actually see it in if you're gonna watch the video that's gonna come out tomorrow on the studio rebuild. I actually showed you what, like, I did a small clip of us trying to catch the rabbits. Whenever they see the travel box, they are they immediately know what's going on. Usually when they go in the travel box, it means they have to go to the vet. And they don't like going to the vet. So they run and hide somewhere under a couch or something. So that's always an interesting day when you have to try and catch both of them at the same time. Okay, so we're over here. We're gonna get the python I have stored out here. Gravity, if only I could do so clean docking approaches. Trust me, I mess up my docking approaches as well. My rabbits used to like eating paper. Yeah, mine has ours has a taste for cardboard and cables. Actually, with the new studio here, I do not have it fenced in as I had with the old one. Normally I had a fence up to keep the rabbits out of the recording area, because I had a computer on the floor, and if I let them roam free in the recording space, I would pretty soon have a completely disconnected computer with all the cables being chewed over. But with the new setup here, I've actually managed to only have one cable in floor height, which is a power cable, and that has been wrapped in like a cable protector. You can buy like a cable, like these flexible cable channels, right? And I've wrapped it in one of those to keep them out. That usually deters them from eating my cables. Ah, we can't boost in this, I forgot.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, all vertical cables are kept at least 1.5 meters above the floor. So all other cables are kept at a safe height from outside the reach of bunnies. Robigo mines, here I come. I don't know where they are right now. Not in here, that's for sure. Finally some good food. Yeah. Yes, I have watched at least part of The Next Generation. A Kovas voice, like the ship voice, you can change those. You can buy them in the Ark store. Apparently one of the actors from Star Trek did a Kovas voice. Ah, which voice she is. That I don't know. Oops. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most of those voices are we talking voice attack now or the in-game voice? Because I think it's voice attack. Yeah, so much for a clean approach. Yeah, I know. I tried. Yeah. So this is the HTC voice packs for voice attack. I don't know. It was intended. You can see now by doing that little loop there, I'm now coming in from the right side of the station where my landing pad is at. It was all a part of the plan. Oh, a lot. Facing the wrong way. Yes, exactly. Was very much intended. Okay, let's get ourselves some biotech conductors. Here we go. Serious atmospheric. Material. There we go. There's one for 5 biotech conductors. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put those in an economy cabin. Yeah. Modified embedded firmware. Oh, there's also exquisite focus crystals. I might take that as well. Just gonna check for more biotech conductors first. There are 3 there and 5 there. Let's take the 5 one first. Modified embedded firmware. Exquisite focus. That's not the right destination. What about over here? There we still have the 5 exquisite focus. Gonna take that one as well. Should we get... How are we doing on modified embedded firmware anyway? $30. It's not bad, but we could get more. I mean, it's better than flying with empty cabins, and I don't want to sit and wait around for this to restock. So I think anything where I can get modified embedded, I'm going to take that as well. And 3 modified embedded. Well, that was 5, was there? Yes, there was one there with 5. Would rather have that. One mission left. Unexpected emission data. Yeah, well, why not? See, now I don't want to sit and wait around for the mission board to respawn, so we're just gonna go with what we have. I keep forgetting this thing can't boost.
drive charging.
Why can't it boost? Because I have a power distributor that is too small. It can't hold enough power to boost. And I've done that because it gives me enough jump range to make the jump from Sothis to Seos in 2 jumps. I could potentially make it boost, I think, if I really, really wanted to. But, meh. It's okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, I wanted to be able to make this in 2 jumps. That's why I...
4, 3, 2.
You're right, Dunkelor. The old camera con that I doing could boost.
Incoming mission critical message.
Is it planet 6? I can't remember. I think it's planet 6. Oh, it's been a while since I've done these missions. Yeah, 2 Earth-likes orbiting each other. It seems about right. Maybe it's planet 7. It's in this area. It's planet 5. Okay. It's one of those 2 out of that just over 1,000 light seconds out. And now we should have the Sirius atmospheric in sight. And once again, not paying attention to my flying. So why is this better than Dav's Hope? Because it gives you materials you can't get at Dav's Hope. I can't get exquisite focus crystals or biotech conductors at Dav's Hope. Already played Elite for a month. Just played Elite for a month. Already wants a HOTAS. I mean, I really liked it after I got a HOTAS. It really changes the game a lot. But I can see that it. I mean, it's always like, do you want to invest in a HOTAS, which can be expensive? So what I did was the first HOTAS I got was a X52 Pro that I got secondhand. I think that's a really good starting place for if you want to have a HOTAS. Try to get something decent, mid-range, like an X52, or don't go for the like Whirlpool, that kind of gear. It's gonna be way too big of an investment to start with. But get a mid-range HOTAS secondhand. That would be my recommendation if you want to start out. Darkside says, see, we're heading to Sirius atmospheric. Are we getting biotechs? Indeed, we are getting biotechs. I own a HOTAS, but I can't move myself off the muscle memory of an Xbox controller. In my experience, it takes a week or 2. And you've relearned your muscle memory. If you play intensively for like 2 weeks, then you relearned it. I mean, I've changed HOTAS twice now. First from the X52 Pro to the X56, and then from the X56 to my Virtual gear. And right when you start, it just feels like you don't know what you're doing, you can't fly anymore, and it can be quite frustrating. But just give it 2 weeks, and you'll begin to have the muscle memory back for the new commands. It's surprisingly fast. Morpheus says, X52 Pro is nice, can also recommend that, got it for 2 years, and still happy with it. Mine died after about a year and a half, but again, I got mine second hand, so it wasn't a brand new one that I got. And that probably one of the reasons why it ended up kept just wearing out after a year and a half. But that was a significant number of hours I had was playing with that.
Frameshift drive charging.
Tim says, I'm swapping between keyboard and mouse and the Xbox Elite. Can't decide, they both have their upsides. So in my mind, the upsides of a controller is you have those analog joysticks, which are really nice to have. The downside is, of course, you have a very limited number of buttons. However, if you have, if you have a keyboard, of course, you have all the buttons. But if you have a HOTAS, you have both all the analog sticks you want, and you have all the buttons you want. So I kind of see it as the best of both worlds. What, Robert? There's no donation link in the description of the live stream? Really? That's a mistake. That should be there. Nah, okay, I can't see it while the whole thing is live, so this will have to... I'll look into that, why it's not there. Yeah, I mean, we have Darkseid here with a similar story. He came from a Oculus... Yeah, I came from Oculus Touch controllers, and then swapped over to an X52 Pro. Again, I came, of course, started out with the keyboard and mouse, then I quickly got an X52 Pro, and again, I think it was definitely worth it as well. That is also an option, as Fresh is posting. Was it Fresh? It was posted on one Twitch that has an Xbox controller and then still have something bound to a keyboard. That's also an option. Well, what? Robert has no sound? Well, okay, I can't ask him to refresh, but of course you can't hear that. Okay, so where are we on biotech at the moment? 3 biotech conductors, that's not a lot. Ah, Zach, I have one of the blue rhinos as well, X56 Rhino. Yes, we haven't gotten the biotechs yet. We have 3 in storage right now, but... Oh, slow this thing down. Coming in a little fast there.
Gear deployed.
Oh, is that not our landing pad?
Hull integrity compromised.
What the hell? Oh, I forgot to request docking. I thought I did that. No, I have. What? He just took my landing pad. Didn't I request docking? It says cancel docking there. Now that I update the interface, I could...
Request denied.
Stupid asp. Yeah. I could have sworn... I have to go back and rewatch this. I could have sworn that I asked for docking.
Docking request denied. Request denied. Docking request denied. Docking request denied. Docking request denied. Docking request granted.
Thank you. That was about time. Claims we're heading the wrong direction, but we're not. Just give it a second. There we go.
Damage. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Thank you, Zach. I was about... Like, I'm pretty sure I asked for docking. Okay, let's hand in some missions.
It looks like you're having insect issues. Here's some money for some Hornet spray.
Thank you for the donation. That one was clever. I like that. Okay. So now biotech is not updated. Please. Don't be buggy now. Isn't that asp a snake? Not an insect. I think it's because we're trying to build a hornet and we got a bug. So that's why we got insects. Ah, biotech conductors. There we go. 26. That's pretty good. We could do one more trip while we're out here, just so we have enough for the next build as well. Let's see what we can get. Iron says, Iron, yeah, says how long we've been live. Been live for an hour and 44 minutes, 45 minutes almost. Okay, materials. Modified. There's a 5 biotechs there, but that's not serious atmospheric. So here we only got modified embedded firmware. We got 4 biotechs there. I've got some refined focus crystals. I don't want those. And 5 biotech there, so that's 9 in total. That's not a lot. Okay, we're gonna do one more trip. But I'm just gonna see if I can't force a refresh. That was all we had. I'm just gonna try to see if, because sometimes you can force a new board by jumping into open. It's not always it works, but sometimes it does. I don't think it is here. I think if I jumped into open first, maybe it would have spawned it. Well, we'll see. Oh, hold on. That was mission board. Need passenger lounge. Oh, I think it's the same board. Yeah, it's the same board with the 5 biotechs down there. No, it is the same. Just try a private group while we wait. You and Blamp, you are the two that got me into this game. It took me 3 whole years to get the game, but watching both of you guys' videos helped me over. Oh, I'm glad I could inspire you to get the game. Let's see. And I know that's the same board, 17, 5, and 15, and 11, right? So, oh, there's materials. Yeah. What time is it? 44 there. So it's about, it was 44 at the clock down here when, the stream clock, when, when I landed. That means in 10 minutes, that should be 7 minutes to go before the board resets. Because I really want to go with more than just 4, to be honest. That would be really nice. Head over to House's Reach. I'm not sure if that's faster. It might be 7 minutes. Oh, we can go House's Reach in 7 minutes. Okay, let's head to House's Reach. We'll have to be careful on the way in, because I think we are carrying illegal passengers. Or did we actually get lucky and didn't get any this time?
Released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Do I have heat sinks? No, but I can get inside and running without heat sinks. That's not a problem. You just need to come in from the right side of the station, so we don't have to fly around it. Then it's no biggie. No, I usually don't get scanned at House's Reach either, but there's, every time you make, I think every time last time at least I made a video on it from House's Reach, people always go, oh, I went there, I got scanned, and I don't know what people are doing to get scanned at House's Reach, but if nothing else, it's always fun to do a little silent running. Somebody told me that deploying a heatsink would break a scan. Yes, that will break a scan. Because when you're dropping a heatsink, you're lowering your heat signature, meaning they will lose target lock. Unless they are within 500 meters of you, then they will still be able to target you. I don't think we have illegal passengers anyway. It should be displayed in the corner if we had illegal passengers. So we might actually be good. But nevertheless, can never be too cautious, so let's just silent run in. Just, if nothing else, it's fun. Philip, yes, I will be posting the link later, at some point when it's done. Probably not today. Got any new updates to the Cucumber? Not since the last video. That depends which video you watched. That's been updated a ton of times. The latest Cucumber build is on the Commander's Toolbox, so you can go and find it there. Yeah, but I will post a link for this Diamondback Scout in when it's done. But again, I want to do some tests on it first. Right now, it's still very, very, very much an experimental build. Need to go further. Oh, come on. Perfect, look at that dropout. Now,
Mike Papa Alpha. Greetings, Commander. Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area. Access granted. Prep for arrival on landing pad 30.
and
Silent running.
just nice and steady.
Thermal signature restored.
Boost! I can't boost! And even if I could boost, you should never boost when silent running.
Landing gear deployed. Pilot integrity compromised.
Contact. Commence system shutdown.
Divergent scan data, really? Oh, there's some biotechs there. We have 3 here. We're just gonna look through. We have 3 here. Oh, and 3 there. We have lots of 3s. And 5. Okay, that's pretty good. Biotech conductors with 5. Let's take that first. Fits in the economy cabin. I don't believe we have any more biotechs here. Nope. That's another one. Oh, then we have to go to 2 stations to hand them in again. Oh well, I guess that's okay. We have to go here to pick up the Anaconda anyway. Okay, what else do they have here? Refined focus crystals. Divergent scan data. Nah. I guess the best we can do here is refined focus crystals. Unless we should just go for some credit options. I mean, we have some here for 1.6. That's actually not too bad. And 1.5 here. Let's just go for some credit options. There we go. That's a full ship. See, now we have illegal passengers.
Ship detach complete. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
Look at all those ships queuing up. Just gonna take it out the red side here. Nobody's gonna care. Chris Engie says, do FDev support me in any way? I know you probably do this because you enjoy it, but I'm curious if they give you help. I think they should. No, not, I mean, sometimes if I write them, sometimes I can get, like, they will give me a paint job to give away, special paint jobs to give away, doing events or stuff like that. That happens sometimes. Last time they didn't reply. If, I don't know, sometimes feel like mails just get lost in their mail system. I don't know. But, no, I don't get any kind of, like, direct support from Frontier in terms of any, like, I'm not getting paid or anything like that at all. If that's what you're suggesting. But what I do get from Frontier is, as I said, sometimes stuff to give away to you guys, and sometimes they also show up for interviews. I actually did an interview with Bruce and Steven from the community team, and that is actually going to be published on, I believe it's Monday that we agreed on, where I did an interview on them on the whole Thief Carrier beta from their point of view. Because we've all seen what a beta is like from a player's perspective. But I thought it could be fun to do an interview with them and talk with them about what a beta period is like from a community manager's point of view. Kind of the, like, looking at it from the other side. So I did an interview with those two guys. And that's going to be published on Monday. So yeah.
Incoming mission critical message.
So I don't know if that answered your question. I hope it did. Yeah, you're right. That how bright the star should be. And especially the fact that you can sit a few light seconds from a star and then have both the star clearly visible and the background stars as well. That must mean there is some pretty advanced dynamic filtering in the heart of the cockpit. Otherwise, that just wouldn't happen. Do they feed you info that other players don't get to distribute out to us players? Otherwise, how do you know all this stuff? No, we're not getting. I'm not getting any information that's not. I mean, the reason why I know so much about this game is because I spent too many hours in it. I don't have access to any, like, I can't go in and ask me, hey, can you give me these figures on, like, something special in the game? All the information I get from public sources. I mean, if you go back and take a look at a video that did like the mathematics behind shields, that was something I did. I think it took me like a month or two to reverse engineer it. Basically sitting and saying, okay, now I'm gonna fit one shield booster. What happens to my shield? What happens to my resistance? And sitting and writing all this down on a spreadsheet. And then beginning making plots and trying to figure out how to reverse engineer it. Looking at forum threads, looking at Reddit, what people had talked about before. Kind of get a feeling for what's going on. And then eventually I did manage to find all the mathematics behind how shield works and how it's calculated. How many hours do I have in Elite? On this account, let's just throttle down here. Let's have a look, actually. It's in the Codex. It's under Commander. It's under Statistics. It's under Exploration. On this Commander, I have 13 weeks, 4 days, 7 hours, and 29 minutes of playtime. Commanders as well, 2 other accounts. They don't have that much playtime on. I think my third account has around 30 hours of play. No, sorry, that's not right. It's around 2 days of playtime. Yeah, I think that's around 2 days of playtime. I don't know how much my Colonial alt has, to be honest, but probably it's more than the other one. So that probably has, I want to say, 1 or 2 weeks of playtime on that one as well. So have I ever considered using a pair of Type 4 plasma accelerators on your QCOM build? Is it worth considering? Yes, I have tried to fly with the PAs before. Well... Oh, did I get it? I don't think I did. No, I didn't.
Mission objective complete.
Back then, though it is years ago now, I wasn't a big fan of it. But I don't know, maybe it's worth giving it a go again, because they are quite fun, I must admit.
Frameshift drive charging.
The loop of shame and you're not even super cruise. Yeah. It's because it's part of the agreement with the passengers that they have to see the beacon from both sides before they're allowed to leave. So that's why I have to fly around it. It's in the travel brochure. I thought I read that in the EULA somewhere. Alright, let's start. We need to go to both Robico Mine and House's Reach. But let's start at Robico Mines. And then we're going to head to House's Reach, where we're going to pick up the Conda. And then we're going to head back. And we're going to do some... We're going to find a material trader. A encoded material trader to get those data traded over. Then I think we're actually good to go back to Shinrata again. I hope your passengers stay 2 meters. I hope that the virus is not a problem anymore. Remember, we are playing in the year, what, 3300... Are we in 06 now? I think we're in 06. I don't hope that 1,000 years into the future that we still got to deal with social distancing. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. Did I bind a key somewhere for 75% throttle? Yeah, it conveniently placed the merch door right at the exit ramp, so all the passengers have to exit through the merch door and get themselves a Carlos mug before they leave. Come on. Okay, let's try this again. Ah, come on.
Docking request granted.
Okay, we have pad 5. Let's keep an eye on this.
Landing gear deployed. Successful. Engines disengaged.
Let's hand in. I think we only had 2 missions at this station, if I recall correctly.
Released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Oops, my Discord, sorry. I haven't put it in stream mode on the main PC. Okay, houses reach, and then back to Shinrasha. Do I play much in VR? I must admit... Oh, hold on. I just need to mute Discord here in the background. Let me just quickly do this. And... where the hell is Discord on the main PC? Settings... stream mode... enabled. There we go. There we go. Okay. Legal passengers, gotta be careful again. I'm not sure we're quite aligned up yet, are we? No. Not quite. Need... That should be better. We can use a little bit more angle. Just a little bit. That's actually pretty good. See if we can actually get in here, or are we gonna... Maybe I can crash it at the right time? No, I can't. Oh, shit. This could be bad. We're gonna have pirates coming in here in a second. We have an FSD cooldown. And I'm not sure if they like all the passengers we have. Probably don't. This could be an issue. Come on, FSD. Yeah, that's police. Oh, I think I lost them. How did I lose them in a Python this slow?
Crankshaft drive charging.
Yeah, no heat sinks.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, made it so far. Just gonna get some altitude so we can get down on the station at the right angle here. Gonna wait with the drop a little bit so we're a little bit higher above the station. Drop it in.
Delay seat Mike Papa Alpha. We look forward to receiving you at the station, Commander. Please follow docking procedures and enjoy your visit. Landing permitted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 37.
Silent running. Thermal signature restored.
There we go.
500 meters from touchdown.
Landing gear deployed. Taking damage.
There we go. Yeah, I think you're right that there was another ship and the police went for that one instead. Okay, let's hand in some missions here. Biotech conductors, we're gonna get those. Nothing there, so we're gonna go for the money option. Biotechs. More biotechs. Nothing there. Money. Refined focus crystals. Yeah, would rather have that than money, to be honest. And more biotech conductors. Okay, let's see where we're at on biotech conductors now.
And thank you for choosing this facility.
There you go. That's pretty good. I think that should be plenty for now. Scoomsla ask, how does rare goods in station respawn? Is it on a timer? I don't want to deliver Fujian tea in 4 different trips. They do respawn on timers, but if you have some in your cargo hold, they won't respawn up to, well, as much as available in the station. So if I can't remember how much there is for food and tea, but let's say there is and there's 10 units available, maybe, I don't know, just to pull a number, right? Then if you have 10 ton in your cargo hold, they're not gonna respawn until you got rid of those 10 tons.
Ship detach complete. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, in short, it is... What the hell are you doing? It is faster just to do 4 trips. That's obscured. Come on.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, while we're traveling around the planet, let's just quickly go over here. And let's go to Galaxy. And Systems and Station. And nearest to Shinrata. Desra. And we want the nearest... Where is it? Material Trader. Here we go. Encoded material traders. Yep. Let's go there.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 3, 2.
Why do we always leave through the middle, it's like center of the mail slot? We always try to stick to the green. Yeah, again, you got it right there. It's just easier, it's more convenient, instead of trying to stick to the side. You can often look at the radar and see if you have incoming traffic, and if you don't, then just go straight out, or take the red side often. This also works just fine, especially if you have a lot of traffic inside the hangar. Often you will have ships trying to exit the station as well. They will queue up, and that means there will be a lot of traffic on the green side. So if you just overtake them on the red side, it's fine. If you just keep an eye on your radar so you don't slam into incoming traffic. It's like passing at an intersection. Yeah. And if you can do it, if you can pass someone in the mail slot while boosting on... Oh wait, yeah, you pass someone, you're flying on the red side while boosting, then it's perfect. That's the best type of undock. What do you think is the best ship to go around to unlock engineers? To be honest, something like a Great Phantom would probably be a really good choice. Jump range is good, it can fit, they can put an SRV, it has enough internals so you can fit an SRV, and you can also do a light combat build on it, so if you just want to go and get like a few combat bonds for those engineers that need that. I don't know, that seems like a good choice. And that's a good point, Dr. Lord. They do say in the stations, please give way for bigger vessels. I am the bigger vessel, so please give way as I boost out the middle slot. Yeah, DBX is also a good option for engineer unlock. I should do that. I should do like an unengineered ship that is just the best ship you can build for unlocking engineers without engineering, if that makes sense. Because if you don't have engineering, then yeah. This is my camera con. It's designed to move fast around, so that's why I keep a decent jump range on it. Yeah, I mean, I love the Diamondback series of ships, but I still think that a Great Phantom would be a really good choice. I just think getting that little bit extra combat capabilities out of a Phantom is really nice. And you can still land them on medium-sized outposts, so come on, jump, god damn it. Fuel scooping without orbit lines. No, not at all. Not at all. I'll show you. See if we can scoop on this star. So if you're scooping without orbit lines, what you do is, when you begin to dive in, you just keep an eye on your scoop counter, because that will reach max before you hit the exclusion zone. So I know here, I can still increase this, still increasing, still good. Now I can't, because I got full scoop, right? But I know I'm not too close, because if my fuel scoop reaches max, then I know I'm close to the exclusion zone. And then I have to be careful and not go too fast, and especially not go closer to the start than I already am. So, but as long as you have a fuel scoop, you just keep an eye on that fuel counter and how much it's scooping. Then you can avoid the exclusion zones. I'll try it on a white dwarf. Yeah. Jet cone scooping is without orbit lines is a different matter. That's a little bit more dangerous. It's difficult to judge where the exclusion zones are. I never use orbit lines. Should have enough fuel to reach our destination now, I think. Oh yeah, definitely. Can't ignore cargo space completely either. No, you probably also want at least one hard point set aside for a mining laser. So you can go and mine and get that. And that means you also need collectors, you need cargo, you need an SRV. And you need a decent jump range on it. That's a lot of stuff to carry. And you need to be able to do some light combat. Not something amazing, but you will need a shield probably. Also, if you're unlocking engineers, likely you're a newer player. So, I mean, I bump into stuff. And I've been playing this since forever. So, just to not blow up your ship, I think it's nice to have a shield as well, which will probably be needed for the combat part as well. Oh, yeah. Rebuy is a way of life. Oh. Okay, apparently that was a double click. I didn't mean that. Why did that activate twice? It's Virpil and their weird hat switches. So I have my jump on a small hat switch on the side of the throttle. And when I click it in, it activates the jump, as you can see here, right? But look what so now I have it pressed down and I'm holding down the hat switch now. Now I'm trying to activate the hat as well. You see? It also activates as a click whenever I move the hat while holding it down. So what probably happened was I pushed it in and then managed to push it downwards, and then I got a double click out of it.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Wait, are we in system? Oh, we are. Ah, yeah, people suggesting, yeah. I mean, yes, engineering can be a grind, but it's really only in the beginning. I mean, once you get over it, you will... I always recommend, if you're out collecting materials, just like I did today with the biotechs, don't get just what you need. Get some additional ones. That means I don't have to go back and do biotech conductors in the next, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 builds now. Because I have enough biotech conductors to last me for a while. If you do that with all the materials, every time you go out, you get extra. Get twice or 3 times what you need. And that means, over time, you don't really need to do that much material gathering for each build, because you will have most of it already. And then you just restock on the materials you need. But again, it depends on your, like, what you like to do in the game. I mean, if you're out exploring, you can get away with very little engineering. Yeah, reuse engineered modules, never sell them. Unless they have some really weird engineering modification on them, just store them if you can. Oh yeah, okay, so reuse on different ships. Okay, I probably wouldn't do that.
Access granted. Proceed to landing pad 39er.
Oh, I have no lateral thrust. I was flying too fast for that. There we go.
Scan detected.
And I'm overshooting the landing path. This is not a smooth landing at all.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing sequence completed. Deploying ground crew.
Okay, what did we need again? We need abnormal compact emission data. Okay. How much do we need? Abnormal compact, we need 2. More, we need 10 in total. Can I get 12? Yes. Then I have for the next, I need data mine wake exceptions, low on those as well. But gotta do that when I need them. Okay, that should actually do that, so we can now go to Shinrata. I'm new to ED. How does the storage system work? You can store modules on stations, and then you can transfer them back to a ship later. You can't store cargo, but modules and ships can be stored. Where is Shinrata? There it is.
Scan detected. Frameshift drive charging.
Let's go. Hey, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. Watching YouTube videos, didn't realize you streamed as well. Learned some good tips from you. You're very welcome. And yeah, I stream every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock in-game time. Both on YouTube and on Twitch. Jameson's... Oh, nope, stop. Commander King says, I started watching and didn't realize it was live. No, it's very much live. If it was a video, it probably would be a little bit more polished, a little bit less dead air. Never mind. How much fuel does a ship carry while maintaining, like, standard size tank on a conda? I don't know how much that is. Can't remember. Is it? I don't think we can even see that in here, can we? I can't remember how big this the tank on a conda is. We can check. F 32 tons of fuel. Tim says, used to watching old D2A videos. This stuff is so weird. Hopefully things has changed since then. Or improved. Commander King says I'm gonna make a video. Most definitely gonna make some videos on fleet carriers. And maybe come up with ideas to ways you can make money with them. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be difficult if you want to have a fleet carrier actually make it self like sustainable. You can definitely do it, but I'm not so sure. Not so sure how easy it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very involved process if you want to.
Access authorized. Proceed to Bay 39er.
Three niner should be right here, right?
Landing gear deployed.
Oops. There we go.
Docking complete. Commence power down. You are most welcome, Commander.
Thank you, Silver. How far are you, by the way? How far have you gotten so far with watching everything from? Where is my Diamondback? There we go. The Sniper Hornet. Around Hello Day 55. Okay, and we are at Hello Day 100 and 150-ish, so you're about 100 weeks behind, so that's about 2 years behind now. So you're like summer... Yeah, you should be around summer 2018 now, right? Alisa says, can you please tell me your intro music? It is Claire de Lune. So a long way to go. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I think that was pretty much all the material gathering I needed to do. If we go back to the Inara page. Actually, let's just quickly do a... Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do an update. And then I want to update Inara. Yes. All components collected. So now we should have everything we need to go and do all these engineering things. And once we've done all of that, then this thing is ready for a test flight. But that's going to be not today. It's getting close to midnight and I have work tomorrow. So that's going to be another day. Probably next week. No, not next week. Sorry. Next week is of course going to be... it's going to be fleet carrier stuff. Because next week is of course the launch day of fleet carriers, so we'll be doing that on Tuesday. But then the week after that is probably going to be taking this build up again, and hopefully next time we're going to be able to finish it. I think we can. But anyway, that is gonna be it for today. Ta-da. There we go. I really hope you guys enjoyed this live stream today. If you did, go down, give it a like, regardless of whether you are on YouTube and on Twitch. If while you're down there anyway, follow the channel if you want to. Subscribe over on YouTube if you want to. Remember, there are lots and lots of good videos coming out in the near future. So stay tuned for YouTube on that. Tomorrow, of course, is the new studio rebuild vlog that's coming out, and next week I have an interview with Frontier coming out. There's also some more Star Citizens content coming out. I'm doing a 2-year review of my X56 Rhino, like what do I think about it after 2 years of use. I've done that video, and that's still needs to be edited, but that's also going to come out. And then, of course, going to cover the whole fleet carrier thing. So lots and lots of good stuff to come if you're interested in Elite and those kind of things. Also in the description, you hopefully will be able to find links for both Patreon and for one-time donations. I'm just going to double check that is there. I think we had Robert here earlier who said it wasn't, but I'll check that after. But yeah, so if you want to support the channel, there are links for that in the description where you can either do one-time donations or on a monthly subscription through Patreon. Also, there's a link for the merch store where you can buy like t-shirt, mugs, like this one, hoodies, all kinds of good stuff. Go down and check it out. Hopefully there's something you will like, some cool Commander t-shirts that I really like the design of. But I think that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys, and also next time. Oh yeah, drop by Discord as well. I'll probably hang out over on Discord for like half an hour here after the stream, so if you want to come by and say hi, then please come and do that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I will see you guys.